Jared, do we have to watch this movie? It looks mediocre at best.
Mate, I'm so excited for this. I just love Tom Cruise.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I'm dressed as a mummy, clearly, right? You know, because we're about to watch The Mummy.
You moron.
I love Tom Cruise, and you'll never take that away from me.
She will not stop until she has remade our world into her own.
The Mummy is directed by Alex Kurtzman and it stars Tom Cruise, Annabelle Wallis and Russell Crowe. So Tom Cruise plays like essentially a thief working for the military, and he comes across this ancient tomb in some sort of trip in Iraq, and it turns out this tomb has the body of a princess that was going to be a pharaoh but wasn't, because all family drama, sort of like Game of Thrones but Egypt, and he accidentally releases her and she ends up doing all sorts of disastrous mayhem, those sort of things, and Tom Cruise is cursed somehow, and there's a ritual that is required that's sort of the MacGuffin of the movie because there's a dagger, and it's confusing, it's not very well thought out, I'll put it at that right now. For me, for The Mummy, I don't really think there's an outstanding good thing about the movie. The movie just seems to have a whole bunch of either mediocre or really bad elements that don't make up any sense of a good movie. This goes all the way down to the score that opens the movie. There was such big hype of, the Dark Universe title, because they do this new shared universe for the monsters thing, and they created a whole new theme for it to play after the Universal logo, and I was really excited just to see that and hear it, and it was pretty disappointing. And that's just where the disappointment started. Tom Cruise is what people say is a man that never phones in a performance, and I won't say that he phoned into the performance in The Mummy. There was just nothing for him to work with. The script is so horrid. From bits of dialogue and scenes that just don't make sense, all the way to just things that contradict other things. I mean, why, when you have a big studio movie, can you not get a great writer or a really good script? You need to take care with this stuff, especially when you're trying to start a whole new cinematic universe. And I don't know why you picked the guy that did The Amazing Spider-Man 2 to direct and write this movie. That Spider-Man movie, terminated The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Sinister 6, a Venom movie almost. There were so many things that were planned and then cancelled because essentially this guy's script, and I think the same thing's going to happen again because he's done a pretty bad job here. And the guy's name's Alex Kurtzman, right? I know who he is. Annabelle Wallis as the female protagonist, she's okay. I don't have a massive problem I don't actually have a problem with her. She's just okay. I think I have to see more stuff that she's in before I can make a judgment of whether she's a good actress or a bad actress, but here she was just okay. Jake Johnson, as an actor, I like him. I like him in New Girl. I've seen a couple of episodes of New Girl and I liked him in that. I really liked him in Jurassic World. I hated him here. His character in The Mummy is such an annoying, obnoxious character that for some reason makes it through the entirety of the movie. For some reason. It's never really explained why or how he is still there at the end of the movie. And you'll understand this if you watch the first half an hour of The Mummy. But this just doesn't make any sense. Russell Crowe plays Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in this movie. He's another monster. He's basically being set up as the Nick Fury of the Monsters universe at this company called Prodigium, the shield of the Monsters universe. His performance is okay. I wasn't a huge fan of it, and I was less of a fan of the CGI that made Mr. Hyde. It was very underwhelming. But another thing with the story, there's too many comparisons to the Avengers. There's a big, really super strong guy that is suppressed for a long period of time, but he's set off in a contained area against a super athletic person. You see, the Avengers. The Mummy ends up at the Prodigium headquarters. Loki ends up on the SHIELD helicarrier in the Avengers. Pretty much the entire second act felt like it was taken from the Avengers but just twisted a little. There's even a thing where you put the villain in something that's supposed to be unstoppable, yet somehow they escape. The Mummy agitates me so much because it had so much potential. When I saw this movie, because I rented it on DVD, I had the choice of Alien Covenant, Pirates 5, Ghost in the Shell, or The Mummy. I chose The Mummy because it was the most interesting movie that I could think of there. It didn't require me to watch endless amounts of sequels beforehand. It wasn't based on, it wasn't an adaptation of an anime. The Mummy was supposed to be some sort of original movie that was supposed to set up a cinematic universe. A really interesting idea. It's been done before with DC and Marvel. But I'd really like to see this monster universe, and you got Tom Cruise as the main guy, and you got Russell Crowe in there, and there's Sofia Boutella as the Mummy, who she is a great actress. Love her in Star Trek 3 and Kingsman. She's great there. And here it's weird how the premise can sound so interesting and full of potential life, yet it be so uninteresting from the moment you start watching it. Like, when watching it, you can see ideas of how this can turn out to be interesting and how you can use those scenes in a way, but you need to tweak them a little bit. There's a plotline involving the Crusaders for some reason that's never explained, and so if I were doing that, you would tweak that plotline. You would tweak the way that you're told about Princess Amunet. You would tweak the whole Tom Cruise pretty much element. I would tweak so much of this movie because the script is awful. The Mummy is probably one of the most disappointing movies I've seen in the last few years. There's not much else for me to say about The Mummy. I mean, it's probably practically killed the Dark Universe. I mean, you got the director of Beauty and the Beast directing Bride of Frankenstein next. And that seems like it's in doubt now. The Mummy, what can I say? Burn it with fire. Have you seen The Mummy? What did you think of it? What would you like to see made into a cinematic universe? We've got monsters starting, you've got superheroes. What would you like to see? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe and come to the Platypus. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Oh wow, you made it to the end of the video. Good job. Click that subscribe button over there for more good content, or click one of these two videos down below, which is probably one of my most recent ones, probably. I mean, just click either one of them. Either one's really good enough.